The Historical Society of Long Beach's annual Historical Cemetery Tour takes place at Sunnyside and Municipal Cemeteries on the last Saturday in October. Researchers dig up stories of those buried there, and writers transform them into fascinating tales. Costumed performers then bring them to life for a strolling audience.
I'm Carolyn Jackson Miller. This isn't the first time that this story's been told on this tour. Imagine 20,000 stories here, and mine gets to be told more than once. Oh, but I think there's a very good reason.
Carolyn Jackson Miller was a board member for the Historical Society of Long Beach. She volunteered to tell the story of her family and the Cuthbert family band at one of the early historical cemetery tours.
Now, my grandfather, in addition to being a respected doctor and also the city's very first health officer, was a very talented musician. Yes, as a matter of fact, he paid his way through medical school by giving music lessons. Now, the story goes that when he was in New Orleans, he saw for the first time a family band and thought that that was a really good idea. So when he got back to Illinois, he realized that a very good way to occupy his extremely boisterous children would be to teach them to play musical instruments. And so the Cuthbert family band was born. By the time they came to Long Beach, not only did they have instruments, but individual uniforms as well. They performed all over the city from the bed of their flatbed wagon, pulled by their two favorite horses, George and Hiccup.
Since Carolyn wrote the original script, we had colorful details about the band and her horses. We knew her, and we could put pieces of her personality into the story in a much stronger way than we could for someone whose story is based on an obituary.
It started out with her telling the story, and so she told the story exactly the way she wanted it, with the details that seemed important to her. But as time went on, and she passed away, and then her boyfriend actually told the story, and he told the story the way he wanted, and it included her romantic death in a Paris hotel room, sleeping next to him.
Now, you know what they say, age is just a state of mind. Well, you know, that's really so. I was 80 years old when Rudy died. But was I going to sit around and mope? No, I was not. I decided that I would volunteer for the Historical Society of Long Beach. I wanted to share my story, my family story, with others, just like I'm sharing with you. I especially wanted to share it with school children. So we worked up a program where I would go into the schools telling about my family. Imagine the children's surprise when I walked in wearing this vintage 1905 bathing suit to tell my story. In 1995, I went to the 100th anniversary of Pauley High School. On our name tags was listed the year that we graduated. John Dayton saw that I had graduated in 1926, and we struck up a conversation. We reminisced about all of our years at Pauley together, and, well, from then on, we were always together. At 90 years old, I had found the second love of my life. So the next 4 years just flew by. John and I did everything together. We went to parties and reunions. We traveled across the United States seeing friends and relatives. And then in 1999, we went on a long-planned trip to England and Paris. Oh, it was so romantic. In Paris, we would sit at outdoor cafes, just soaking up the atmosphere. And so, in Paris, sleeping peacefully next to the second love of my life, at 94 years of age, I took my final breath. What a way to go.